Friends, when we invest in a stock, what we do first thing, we start doing ratio analysis, seeing the financial situation of a company, future prospects, everything. But I want to tell you one thing that you are missing one big part. And what is that big part? Is nothing but first to do a business analysis. Yes, friends, business analysis first comes, then comes the financial analysis. And this is what I am going to show you today how I normally do a business analysis first, and then I'll do a financial analysis. And this is how I invest in market and a good quality stock, and how I select a multi-bagger stock through this type of analysis. So guys, stay till the end. You are going to get lot many insights. So hello friends, welcome. My name is Tapan Doshi and welcome to my YouTube channel. So let's start with the business analysis and how I normally do a business analysis. So talking about business analysis is nothing but understanding the business at the end of the day, correct? Like for example, you want to invest in ICICI Bank, then just don't start doing the financial analysis of ICICI Bank and everything like P ratio, EV by EBITDA, then ROC, ROE, all that stuff is good. I'm not telling that you should not do that. But before all that, understand the business first. And how you can understand when you if you want to understand, like for if you have taken an example of ICICI Bank, then first you have to understand the complete banking sector. Who are the various players in the banking sector, like private sector, public sector, okay? And again, in private sector, public sector, there are so many other banks. Now, what is the performance of all the banks? What are the various benchmarks? Correct. And also you have to understand how the what type of business ICICI Bank is doing. Okay. And so basically you have to understand what is the deposit growth rate against the across the other bank which is having. Again, at the sector level, what is the NPA cycle and how the basically ICICI Bank is able to handle NPA and everything. Again, there are so many things like how many branches are there and everything. So all these are all like a business analysis. What type of basically ICICI Bank management is currently. So earlier you know that the other earlier the management was not so great, and as a result the stock gone down, but the recent management is quite good. So as a result, ICICI Bank is performing. So basically, you have to do a complete business analysis like corporate governance, management analysis, correct, and all the aspects of a business, which will have a direct impact in the profitability of the company. The problem which the retail investor do know, वो क्या करते हैं पता है? They just see the last 5 years, 10 years data and see what was the average P ratio of ICICI Bank or average price to book value of ICICI Bank and what is the current. Okay, it is going on discount, then let us invest. And if they feel yes, future is good, then they will invest. But understand, all this is dependent directly on the consequence of the business. What are the main pillars of the business? So understanding the business comes first, then comes the financial analysis, because financial analysis does not make any sense if the business is going down or business is not going to recover. So some of the soft skills of the bank you have to understand basically of that related stock before you start doing any financial analysis. Now, how to analyze a financial stock basically, and also how to select the stock like a multi-bagger stock. Then I have given the basically link above. This is where I have shown you how to select a multi-bagger stock. So all this will help you. The above video will help you how to see a stock financially. But today I'm going to tell you how to see the stock and like basically analyze the stock from a business point of view. Very, very important. Like I have given an example of banks, correct? So first see the what is the history of banks over the years, like 20, 30 years, how the banking sector has evolved. What is the RBI role? How the RBI is controlling. And one thing I want to tell you guys that initially आपको कुछ लगेगा बॉस ICICI Bank you must have seen और आपको लगेगा this is the best stock to invest, but here we may go wrong because when you understand the complete industry, so how the banking sector is evolved over the years, how the RBI role is there, okay, what are the various other banks are there, and what is the benefit of staying in public sector bank, what is the benefit of staying in private sector banks. Again, as and when competition goes up, how all these banks has reacted to the competition, how they expanded their business, then it may happen that you may get an another option which is much better than ICICI Bank, also some another bank. So here comes the point. Okay, so my suggestion is to always do a top to down approach, because understand the economy first, then banking sector, then comes the banks, again the private sector, public sector. In that also you take out the best, and then you do a financial analysis of that stock, and then you invest. See, understand, a banking role should be there in the economy. See, if the economy is going to grow, and if the banking role is a bigger role in for actually bringing the economy up, then of course banking sector will go up a lot. See, I'm just giving you an example of a banking sector. Similarly, you can do and take example of various other sectors like pharma sector, capital goods sector, information technology sector. There are all different sector, but I'm just telling you how to analyze a particular sector, a particular business. Okay, so basically, once you know that yes, Indian economy is going to grow, and if the banking is going to play a big role in the next decade, 2 decade, then yes, banking sector is the way to go. And of course, we know that banking sector is one of the biggest pillar of growing an economy. Again, you have to see how the RBI is able to control the NPA cycle across the board, like private sector, public sector, no, कैसे उन लोगों ने control किया है. And last from 4 5 years, you can see the NPA is going down. Actually, last 2 years, you can see NPA is going down. So this is how RBI is taking control in that. And again, you have to see, guys, another important point you can keep in mind is that if in a sector there are 5 to 6 at least multi-bagger stock, now that sector is good to invest. But if in a sector where this business is there and there are no multi-baggers, no, better not to invest this sector, because there is something which is literally bringing all this stock down or all this business down. Like in the basically banking sector, there are many multi-baggers. That shows that overall this sector is good. Overall, this sector will perform over the years. The reason is simple, because it is having that type of growth feature in that. Unless that growth engine is not there in that sector, no, this sector, particular sector will never perform. So this thing you have to see. You have to take a glance in the Skinner.in that yes, how many stocks are there, multi-bagger stock there are there in that sector, and through that analysis only you will come to know whether this business is good or not. So this thing, one thing you have to keep in mind when you analyze a business. Again, as I told you, no, see the role of RBI. Then again, now NPA. Now RBI is able to control NPA. Now you have to see how the ICICI Bank is able to control NPA against the other banks. So like HDFC, Axis and everything, SBI is there. So how these guys have control MP, how ICICI control MP. Again, what are the problems was created in the past by the management in the ICICI Bank? Like, the earlier CMD has created lot of problem, and as a result, RBI has literally removed her from the position. So what was that scandal and what was that? Because all these things you have to keep in mind, because that whatever scam, whatever happened, no, because of that will have an impact on that stock for next few years also, because that scam will eat away the profitability. तो आपको वो भी समझना है whether that financial implication of that scam or whatever it is, fraud, whatever it is it gone or not? If it is not gone, then you have to wait for it, let it be recovered. तो आपको पूरा past भी देखना. It is not just seeing the future. So once you see the past, how is the manager now, what the management are taking steps for the future and everything, how they consolidated the business, how they brought the business in a particular good part, in a good track. So after seeing that, yes, you are aware that yes, this is going down, then you can start doing an analysis of a company. Even I have shown in another video where you can select any stock within a span of 5 minutes. The link is given above. You can check that video. तो उससे आपको पता चलेगा how to analyze that stock within a 5 minutes. So ये सब करने के बाद then you know that okay, business analysis good. Now let me do the financials, and the way I have given you in the earlier link, no, you can go and check it how to analyze the business financially also. So combination of both will give you much better result. Just otherwise, no, what will happen? You are just hitting around the bush, correct? And again, the problem is the bottom up approach में क्या होता है ना, you come to know about particular stock, then there is always a bias related to the stock. If this stock is good, let me invest in this only. Or someone has given me suggestion, let me use that stock only. But once you start going to the sector, no, you may come a substitute of that stock which may having a better growth in the future once you able to understand each and every lever. Now you may tell me, Tapan, you are right, but Tapan, I don't have that much of time to basically analyze this many stocks. Then I want to tell you one thing, guys. Just take 1 month for one sector. ओके, और पूरा सेक्टर का डिटेल में एनालिसिस कीजिए, पूरा बिजनेस एनालिसिस कीजिए, because in that 1 month no, you will able to understand so many other options also, and from that you can select the best option for you, correct? Because yeah, and market is going nowhere, guys. There are more than 7,000 stock in the market. One bus will go, other bus will come. So many stocks are overvalued, so many stocks are undervalued also. It is your capability to understand the sector, the business, the economy, and the basically financial analysis of a stock will give you a multi-bagger stock. So once you see the holistic approach, then you can get a better opportunity. And guys, understand one thing: nothing is wrong if you take time. हमको वो खुजली होती है ना, that once I get an tips and everything, let me invest directly. No, you don't have to do it. Just analyze the sector, the business, and by seeing all this now, you will have a much better idea and conviction. And I tell you, if you have a good conviction, now it may happen that you invest. Suppose you thought about investing 50,000 rupees only, but you got the conviction and done the analysis. After a few weeks, and you may invest 2 lakh rupees or 1 lakh rupees also in that stock, because you know that the stock is going to grow. So higher conviction may give you a higher allocation in that stock, and that will help you to create a wealth, provided that stock may become a multi-bagger over the years. So this is what my suggestion is to you, that first do a top to down approach, because you are a retail investor. You are not so expert like Warren Buffett or Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, who has a team to do an analysis. We don't have a team. So at that time, no, better to do a top to down like economy, then which are the best sector. And if the sector is good, no, it will always have a tailwind for that stock. So even though if you select a little bit bad stock only also in that sector, no, it will push you and it will give you more than average return. But if you select a bad sector, no, anyway the sector is bad, and even though whatever good stock you buy, that it may not give you result. So have a top to down approach, and which will be much more beneficial to you, and which may give you much more better result over the years. So guys, just let me know in the comment box, are you doing any time business analysis or any stock or not? If you're done, just let me know the name of that stock. I'm always reading the comments, and always I will revert you back. By then, thank you very much for joining today. Do subscribe our channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.